Torbjorn is about to get a huge rework that really may be the answer to Brigitte. Ironic, isn't it? Today, I'm going to tell you why this rework is going to bring an end to the power of Brigitte. My name is Nate, and welcome to Blizzard Guides. I'm going to go over each of the three major changes: his ult, his new E ability, and his turret. His ultimate is by far the best change, so we're going to get right into that first. You guys should really be excited, these changes are huge. Since the update shouldn't be coming out until Monday, some of this is slight speculation, but we have so much info at this point that we can already begin theory crafting, and man am I super hyped to see these changes. This is definitely different from the norm. I'll have the full rework Torb guide out when it comes out. This is just theory crafting for today. At number 3, we're going to be talking about Torbjorn's new ultimate. His new ult is game changing. I keep saying it, but really, this is such a huge change. I'm seriously super hyped for it. For those of you who haven't watched the video, Torb's ult now acts like a little magma pool launcher. According to Jeff, he'll be able to shoot a stream of molten core from his hand with an ammo resource that will land on the ground and have an area effect ability. This will land on the ground and pool up. You can think of it kind of like a Hammond ult, where he presses Q and there's an area where you can't step without taking severe damage. Now, the only difference is that Torb can shoot this out at a distance, but there's also one more thing that I don't think everyone has really realized, and I'll let you hear it from the man himself.
For it, and he can shoot out pools of that liquid magma that are very devastating in terms of area of effect damage, and it does extra damage against armor. So we think that—
Did you catch that? It does extra damage to armor. This is absolutely the first direct counter we have to Brigitte. Think about it like this: if a Brigitte uses her ultimate, which has a severe cost to rally and provides her team with armor, Torb can just use his ult and remove that armor with his ranged pools of armor sucking death. This will work a lot like Zen's ultimate, where you just save it until the enemy Genji blades. You really just have to use that ultimate to counter another enemy's ultimate, which is how a lot of counterplay works in this game. Finally, we have a direct counter to Brigitte, and on top of that, with his other changes, which I will detail in a moment, he'll be able to negate her even further. On top of that, this new ultimate will be a huge tank buster. This is something that I, as a main tank player, am sad to hear about, but I still understand why they made this change. This is going to be great against goats, since you'll be able to deny the common areas that they will take to attack you, albeit slightly expensive as it is Torb's ult after all. I'd imagine it to work kinda like Moira's healing resources, where you're only able to shoot a certain amount of magma before your ult is up. Finally, this new ult is going to be a really great area of denial ult that will slow down fast moving comps. This is really a great way to counter brawl comps in heroes like Doom. You can put the pools under your supports and suddenly heroes can no longer dive your supports without taking hefty damage, so this ult has huge defensive capabilities and really good connotations in terms of Brig countering. At number 2, we're going to go over his new E ability. Torb now has a mini molten core. That's right, they've moved his molten core and renamed it Overload and moved it to his E. I'll roll the clip so you guys can know exactly what the changes are.
Away. Now Torb will get an ability called Overload, which actually is going to look a lot like his old ultimate molten core, which means he's going to get some movement speed bonus, he's going to get some damage resistance, and he's going to get a firing rate increase. So that is Overload. It's on a cooldown. It will make
So this will be used similar to Orisa's Fortify, where you're going to use it on engagement or when you're in a risky situation. This ability is probably going to be very useful with very fast moving comps, where he can pop this, get in the fight, drop the turret, and let that slowly level up while he's out and about doing damage. Torbjorn's gun is already pretty underrated, so being able to quickly shoot, move, and take less damage will allow him to have greater range, but more importantly, tank busting abilities. I think that we'll likely see Torbjorn pop up a lot more as an anti-dive hero, on top of his abilities as a brawl hero. High ground control will be the name of the game with this ability. Here's the general flow that you'll probably start seeing. Enemy teams will jump on your team, you pop your Overload ability, and you'll start melting through them with increased damage reduction and fire rate, melting them quickly with your tank busting rivet gun, building ult, and quickly being ready to destroy the enemy team. On top of that, while they have destroyed your turret, you can just quickly throw one onto point where it becomes a level 2 shredding monster. This change overall is going to allow Torb to handle the fast moving pace that Overwatch has adopted, leading him to a stronger overall meta pick. This will probably have the same effect as Hanzo's somewhat recent changes. He'll no longer be a troll pick and really will be a legitimate pick in specific comps. At number 1, his turret is another huge counter to Brig. First, I'll play the clip so you guys know what the exact changes are.
Also changing is how the turret works for Torbjorn. Gone are the levels of turrets. There's no more level 1, level 2, and level 3. It is only level 2 from now on. When he deploys it, it goes through a small but fast build time, and he also can deploy it with a slight toss, which means that he can get it into some areas that he couldn't previously get it to before, which we think will create a lot of interesting and fun gameplay.
Because his turret is going to be more mobile and quickly deployed, what I imagine we'll see a lot is teams running up really quickly, plopping a turret on a cross angle, and then brawling on point. This will force a Brigitte player to take range damage without being able to suppress it and brawl on point, and put them in a weird spot. In the same way a soldier or McCree on high ground is a really good counter to Brigitte and comps that don't have a lot of mobility, this will be a good counter to a Brigitte as well. On top of that, it starts out as a level 1 but quickly levels up to level 2 without requiring Torb to actually hammer the turret, so it'll level up on his own, forcing the enemy team to really focus it down before anyone engages with the fight. You can also put the turret in better places since you can kind of throw it similar to a Tracer Pulse Bomb, which in my opinion is a massively underrated change that will allow his turret to be in the most annoying of spots. I'd imagine that it's likely going to have a health reduction so that players can't really completely get so much advantage out of it, but who knows. We'll probably see a lot more Hanzo in the meta because of this, since Hanzo is a strong counter to Torb's turret and Torb himself, considering that Torb is a walking headshot hitbox. This change has me a bit worried considering Torb's rivet gun is already powerful, his E makes him even more powerful, and he has a semi-mobile level 2 turret to carry around and throw around the point. We'll see how powerful this one is depending on the number changes though. Overall, Torb's rework is definitely Blizzard's attempt at a counter to Brig. His turret is going to be a super annoying thing, but his ultimate is going to be game changing. If you're ever against a Brig and are in need of a good counter, this is by far the best thing that you can run now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this theory crafting video. I'm super hyped to see the changes. Let me know what you think about the changes. Are they too much? Don't think that they're a good Brig counter, or you just don't care? Let me know. If you want to be a part of the Blizzard Guides community, be sure to check out our Twitter, Instagram, and Discord on the link below. If you liked this video, drop a like, and if you really liked it, be sure to get subscribed so that you never miss an upload. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. My name is Nate, and this was Blizzard Guides.